Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for Movie Guide 2005. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, movie reviews, re-reviews, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour or full playthrough, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. 28 years later. Okay, before I go... Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm sitting here on my ass to do this review. But before I go on, I meant to say, the first 28 days later I saw in the theater, and I liked it. I liked it for what it was. I remember being intrigued by the trailer, and so I saw it at the theater and went, oh, okay, it's, in a way, it's shot in a certain way that at the time was unique, and so it made it give a different feel, a different look to the film. I liked Cillian Murphy. I liked Brendan Gleeson. I thought the chaotic editing worked for that film, but the rage virus type of stuff doesn't work for every film, but I thought it worked for that one. I like some of the pieces of music throughout the film. I think one is called An Ending. I forget the... It was used in some of the trailers as well. It's when I think the group are driving... I think they go up to the tunnel. Or I'm thinking about the trailer when they go... Anyway, I like 28 Days Later. I know people don't like the third act. I don't mind it with the military folks. Again, a lot of people don't like that. I didn't mind it. Now, 28 Weeks Later, that's a film, and whenever people ask me these questions on stream, I always blank. But if you watch, and if someone asks me in a stream, a day, a week, a month, a year later, you guys can help me out, go, oh, you said this. 28 Weeks Later is one of those films that I've grown less fond of throughout the years. I liked it more initially when I saw it than when I see it nowadays. I think there's some good effective scenes, like the opening when Robert Carlyle is being chased by all those infected. It's cool to see people like Jeremy Renner and Idris Elba in there, but forgive me if I'm mistaken, didn't the kids inadvertently start all the bullshit because they were where they were not supposed to go? I can't remember, man. I remember that annoying the fuck out of me. I hated what they did with Jeremy Renner. I know that's the purpose, that's why, but that pissed me off. The ending, I'm like, I don't know about the... Because you don't even know what happens. I don't know. You don't even know what happens to those characters, to be honest. I don't know. It's not the worst movie ever, but I just remember... I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember liking that less now than I did back then. But I have not seen it in a while, to be fair. Sorry, that's about a 5-minute ramble before I get to this. Here's the problem. The first half of this film I liked. The first half of this film I actually didn't mind. The first half of this film I'm like, you know what? Okay. Because the first half was simple, but mostly well done. It was... Okay, you have this opening where it's... I think they said 2002. These kids are watching Teletubbies. They hear screaming. The rage zombies. I'll call them the Ragers, because it's the rage virus. The Ragers come in, and you get the idea they killed the kids except this one kid named Jimmy. He runs off. sees that people are being attacked, including his mom. His mom tells him run. He runs to his dad. His dad is a preacher, a minister, but he thinks he's like ready to come in his fucking his cloth, jerk it, jerk the dirt with his fucking cross. I don't know, stick the cross in his pee hole. He looks like he's ready to stick it up his ass and be happy about it. Oh my God, it's glorious. So the kid doesn't know what to do, so he hides. And they get the father, but the kid hides. If you're wondering what the fuck that has to do with the rest of the movie, you find out at the end of the movie what that's about. Because then it cuts to 28 years later. And I didn't mind this setup. I didn't mind this setup where you have a boy, his dad, and his mom. The mom is ill, sick, and she's not there mentally. And the dad is played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, who I did like in Bullet Train. I thought, as Kick-Ass, that's a film that's grown on me a bit. The first Kick-Ass, the second one I still think sucks. The first one has grown on me. I didn't care for him in Godzilla because his character's written in a boring fucking way. Ford Brody, that's his character name, so you know how much it sucks if your name's Ford Brody. Plus, I think that film sucks. I'll take Godzilla -1 any day. Much better Godzilla movie. Godzilla 2014 is boring as fuck. Is that director who did Jurassic Park 7 makes boring as fuck films. But anyway, going off tangent. But I thought he did a good job here as the dad. His kid is about 12. The kid did a good job as well. And he's like, hey, you're becoming a man. We're going to go have a ritual, a hunting trip. And I like the way it's shot fairly well. The bits you do of the community where certain things they have to teach kids about hunting, like the classrooms, how that is incorporated, how this community is set up. I like where it's set up, like some really cool looking wide shots where there's this long stretch of water, but if it's away from the mainland. The high tide covers it and thus it's safe, because if anyone tries to cross it, the tides will tear them off and they'll drown. So you can only get through a low tide, and during low tide, people are stationed in this one direction. And it's the only time where people can travel to get supplies, fuel, like chopping down trees, what have you. I know people complain about the editing where sometimes they'll edit, but I mean the director's known for doing this, Danny Boyle. I mean if you watch other films he's done, even 127 Hours, maybe not the specific way, but he likes to play with the editing, so sometimes he'll edit like how certain things will remind you of the medieval times. But it's more like the marching, like the arrows and stuff. For your own interpretation, how you want to interpret. Do I think the film needed that stuff? No. It obviously confused more people than it served a good purpose. But it didn't bother me either. I'm like, okay, it's the director trying to be a bit artistic. I'm trying to think what else he did lately, Danny Boyle. He did... What was that movie? God. Not God, I mean, I'm just trying to... What the fuck the... He did Slumdog Millionaire, The Beach, that's right, Sunshine. Actually, Sunshine was the one I was thinking of. But yeah, The Beach I reviewed. Sunshine was interesting, although it was weird how it became like a slasher film in the third act. That was a bit weird. Of course, Trainspotting, and he did the sequel. And there's going to be a sequel to this in January, but he's not directing it. The person who did the Candyman reboot directed it. So as a friend of mine said, I guess that means all the Ragers are going to be black and they're going to kill all the white people. Because that was the plot of the Candyman remake. Is Candyman, whoever comes to do Candyman is going to kill all the white people. So here now all those Rage zombies are going to kill all the white people. And stick some bones up their ass to bait the bone temple. It'll be all white dicks put in part of, that's the bone. The true boneyard, the bone temple. All of our boners will be taken by all this. Anyway, going back to this. So, what I was saying before, the first 40 minutes, I thought it was actually pretty good. It told a straightforward, like you have your little opening, that kind of show the bit of the chaos, reintroduce people to the rage virus and how chaotic it could be, and then where it's at now, how things have calmed down, how they're in this quarantine, but they've been able to settle and live a life. I like the wide shots where they go back and forth to the mainland, and it's just a father teaching his kid the basics. I need to teach you how to hunt. So here's some who are fat. These fat, like, rage zombies. Although I'm trying to remember, how did they get fat? Are they just bloated? Because I can't think there'd be a whole lot to eat for them to get that fucking fat. Just how I remember at the end of 28 days later, there were some, like, that were just so thin and desiccated. But I'm trying to remember if they explained why some of them are so fucking fat. But anyway, show the kid how to shoot. Now, he does this kind of weird editing thing that I wasn't sure how to think of at first. Where he stops doing this in the second half. But in this first half, if someone shoots a bow and arrow and it hits someone, imagine like, and then the camera turns and it finishes it. So say I just shot in the head, the camera will turn like this and then finish it. Or if it just shot an arrow, camera turned to here. It did that a decent amount, and I'm like, it caught me off at first. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, I kind of liked it, because it gives a bit more of that kind of impact to each of the hits. So if you just did it, boom, they go down. We've seen that before, but it gives like a little bit of exclamation mark to each arrow hit, and there's some pretty decent blood, gore in there. And, arrow to the neck and blood gushing out, arrow to the head. Again, that little turn, it just gives, you see the effect, the kill a bit longer. It's going to catch people off guard, and as it did me, some people are not going to like it. I did. I thought it was interesting. It was weird at first, but it was an interesting transition. I guess you'd call it I don't know how else you would call it. And some pretty decent makeup effects as well. So the kid, does kill some, but then there's more, and they gotta get the hell out. There's one point where they see one upside down. He tries to get the kid to kill it. He eventually does. There's a point where they're chased, and the kid can't aim, but the father is able to, boom, get, heart or head. And Aaron Taylor Johnson is some good fucking arrow shit, like he's Hawkeye from Marvel. And there's other stuff like the look of the trees, the forest, the way it's shot is nicely shot. There's this bit where they see like a deer head in a tree and the spine is sticking out. And it gives Aaron Taylor Johnson the idea, there may be an alpha. And you get the idea that some of these infected are almost like cavemen, kind of acting like cavemen, like there's an alpha. And it seems like this is stuff that we could be learning more about and intriguing to see how did they come about with this, and how did they evolve into this. And I thought the father and son worked well together. Aaron Taylor Johnson, and I forget the kid's name. And the kid apologizes. The dad's like, "What are you apologizing for?" "Oh, I couldn't hit anything." "Hey, no. You did well. I mean, I know grown adults that would have not even fired. But you did well. You did well, okay? Nothing to be sorry about." So he's being a good dad. He's being a good dad. And he's very protective. And he's a bit of a badass. And Aaron Taylor Johnson did a good job. Just like he did in Bullet Train. And then you get this nice tense sequence where they gotta make a run for it. And there's this bit where they're getting closer to their community and they're on the piece with the low tide. But the alpha's there, and the problem is they have to run, but they're tired, but it doesn't get tired. So it's running like this Usain Bolt. Using every fucking steroid it can. Usain Bolt. Like he's T1000. And the way it's edited, where he's getting closer and they're trying to get up, and he's getting closer and they're trying to warn people, and they're able to hear the whistle, and then they have like a ballista or whatever, and fire with the arrows, and it got some, but it still has the stuff. Like, that's a nicely set up, I thought, edited sequence. And I'm sitting there going, you know what? This might be surprising. This is surprising me. This may be a good film. I may actually like this film. Based on this thumbnail, there's a little eye I like this fucking film. If you're wondering why my silence, okay. What happens? What happens is there's a celebration because they survived, they got back, the kid got his first kill and such. And the boy doesn't like that his dad embellished and on what they did. And also the dad had a little bit of hanky-panky with a school teacher. Now I get it that he's protective of his mom. Now his mom is, how to put it, batshit insane and can't do anything. So I can understand it's not right for the guy to do that. I get that, and the boy's protective of his mom, especially when she's sick. I do get that. But then I'm like, oh no, what are they doing with this story? What are they turning this story into? So the kid, he asked someone about this fire they saw, and Aaron Taylor Johnson brought it up a little bit, but he didn't want to bring up more. And then a family friend brings up a bit more about this doctor, played by Ray Fiennes. And people thought he was crazy, and described it like he had all these bodies set up for some reason. And he seems a bit crazy, out of his mind. So this boy, what he does is he starts a fake fire to get people's attention. He takes his mom, who's pretty much a level of dementia, and he's like, I'm going to take you, Mom, all the way to this fucking place in the mainland. Even though I could barely shoot anything, even though I could barely do diddly squat, even though my daddy had to save me 18 fucking times, instead of like training, trying to find if anyone could help him in some way, no. Fucking, he is going to go out there by himself with his fucking mom, who again is like a level of dementia. I get a guy trying to do what he can to save his mom. Sorry if you hear that noise, it's my can fizzing. But goddamn, man, like, this was just really stupid of the kid to do. And I get being pissed at your dad, but then the dad's trying to talk to you and you pull a fucking knife on him. It made me not like the kid. It made me think the kid was fucking stupid. I get being protective of your mom. I get that. But when this is coming off of your dad saving your fucking ass 18 fucking times, okay, you don't have to be happy what he did, but could you give him a teenier more benefit of the doubt as well? I'm not saying you gotta send him a goddamn Father's Day card. And as soon as he took the crazy mom on the fucking crazy train, the movie went to shit. Crazy mom went on the crazy train and went to shit. Horse shit. It fucked up. Damn boy, you fucked up. And I'm not the only one that thinks it, because it didn't do that well, as much as they wanted. It cost $60 million. It made $70 in the U.S. A total of $150 million worldwide. You gotta think, $60 million budget, plus probably 20 some million at least for marketing, so it's at least 80, maybe more. Some say you gotta make double. Well, it didn't do that. It made a 150, double 160, and plus, theaters, and they take about half. So it would be lucky if it broke even. So the second one's going to do less because people didn't watch the first one, and then the people that did, some people liked it, but some people didn't like it. I know I did. I know there's other people that didn't like this fucking film either. Probably for similar reasons, where the first half was decent or good, I thought it was good, and it shit the bed. I don't care about the crazy mom. I'm sorry. I didn't care about her. I especially didn't give a shit about the kid. Fuck you, Dad. I'm going to pull a knife on you. I'm going to stab you. And then I'm not... How about you learn to train? Train yourself so you can shoot a fucking arrow and do some shit. You're risking your mom's life going out here by your sorry ass little wimpy ass self, kid. You going out there is going to get both of you killed. And it almost fucking does, because he fucking falls asleep and a zombie's ready to bite him, and someone kills a zombie. I keep saying zombie. The rage... I know they're not zombies, but just for sake of argument, I'm going to say it anyway, just because. The infected. The infected is ready to kill him, and you find out that the mom, without knowing it, killed the infected. So you're here to take your mom to this doctor, and she had to save your fucking sorry ass because you're a little idiot. You're a fucking little moron. And then you have this fucking NATO team that pops up all of a sudden without any preamble, without any build-up. All of a sudden, here's this NATO team. I'm like, what the fuck? And then they get killed, and this gets killed, this guy gets killed, this guy gets killed. I'm like, who the fuck are you guys? What the fuck's going on? Who the fuck are you? Then one guy's left, and the guy's a fucking asshole. He saves our two characters, who's in this like fucking diner or whatever. The guy shoots down. They duck. Somehow by ducking, the whole fucking thing explodes with fireball, but just by ducking, they avoid the fire. There's literally a shot where it's from underneath and they're on the ground and the fire's above them. But for some reason, fire, I guess, there's some fucking barrier where the fire can't get over here. Like, imagine these are the people and all the fire. I guess the fire, for some reason, the fire's like, I will be over here. I will not come down and burn your ass. I don't know why. How the at least have them hide somewhere. It may be ridiculous as well, but have them hide somewhere. Oh, they did. No, they didn't. Not the way Danny Boyle shot, where they're on the ground and from you see them from up top. I mean, you see them from the bottom. Like the camera. Imagine the camera's on the bottom. So like they're on the floor, but it's breaking the. Well, technically, it is breaking the fourth wall. Because they're on the ground, but we're seeing through the ground. And the fire's above them. Somehow they fucking survived without being burnt. Okay. And then the guy's just a dick. And then eventually he helps out. Well, he saved them, but he eventually helps out. Then they find some fucking pregnant infected who has a baby. But for some reason the baby's not infected? Why? The movie never fucking explains it. It just is. Okay. Okay, isn't this like a pretty fucking important thing? That they now can somehow give pregnancy to uninfected people? This seems like a pretty goddamn important plot point, and that's kind of just put in the back burner to be forgotten about. The asshole, the native guy was a bit of an asshole. Was like, I'm gonna shoot you, don't shoot them, get fuck away from me, don't shoot you, don't shoot you. And then he just pulled up, and when he comes back, he has no head. Just an alpha is there. Tries to kill the other two. Ray Fiennes comes in, kind of gives some shot, so he's immobilized, takes the boy and the woman into safety. Now, I know you may be wondering, well, what the fuck? Where's Aaron Taylor Johnson? He's at the very end of the film, and for some reason, he never went out to find his wife and kid. Don't ask me why. Apparently all this fucking time, he never bothered to check his wife and kid. Where are they? Let me go out there. I mean, if it was, I need to go out there, but you can't because it's high tide, they don't even show that. I swear to God they don't. If they did and I missed it, I apologize and I fucked up. Okay. I'll admit that. But I swear to God, they do not fucking show him. Like, you would show he's going to try to get out there, and then he can't because of the... And maybe he tries to find a way to get through because of the high tide, or something. I don't know. I swear they don't show him till the end of the film. And a really stupid fucking thing. And then Ray finds... He built that bone temple just because memento mori, meaning remember, we all die. It's inevitable. So he likes to just get people's bones and skulls and make fucking temples out of them and monuments out of them. That's as deep as it goes. It doesn't go any fucking further. The doc goes, you got terminal cancer, can't do shit. I could kill you. So the doc kills her. And then gives the skull of... The boy gets the skull of his own mom. And it's, okay, if someone came... Think... Whoever's out there within the range of my voice... If you have a family member, a mom, a dad, a brother, a sister, a wife, a kid who had to be euthanized, pretty much. And the guy comes back with a fucking skull and gives it to you. Go place it on this monument. You tell me how you would act. Please do. This kid's like, okay. And kisses the skull. I'm like, at least he didn't skull fuck it. Oh my fucking god. This is so stupid. It's stupid. But it gets stupider. So the alpha comes by, tries to kill Ray Fiennes, but the kid gets the shot, immobilizes it again. Ray Fiennes pretty much says you could go home. The kid takes the girl, the baby, leaves the baby in front of the community, and then gives a note to his dad going, I ain't going home yet. I need to figure shit out. And I'm sitting there going, okay, you're really going to hate your dad this much, who saved your ass, who taught you how to shoot, who was nice to you. He wasn't some abusive dickhead motherfucker. Tried to take care of your mom. And instead of going to a community where there's food and hospitality and bed and safety, I'm just going to live out in the fucking boonies with all these infected people for the shits and giggles. Fuck this kid. He should be dumped on his fucking head and a goddamn pile driver. He grew he grew to be an idiot. Bravo, you grew to be a fucking moron. You're smarter at the beginning. You grew dumber. That's the terror art. He became a dumbass. He became a dumb fuck. Bravo. It's ironic you were smart with your dad and then you're dumb with your mom. I don't know if that means anything. And then, again, I'm 12 years old. I'm a 12-year-old that's going to live amongst all the infected people that when I'm sleeping, they come up and bite my ass. And then I'm dead. And yeah, there's a lot of dawn in this movie too. 28 dawns later is what should be fucking called. 28 dawns later. There's a lot of dick in this movie. I wasn't happy about that either. You don't have a lot of, rage titties, just a lot of dicks. So, if you're a fan of that, have at it. If you're one of the necromantic or whatever. So, well, I guess they're not dead, to be fair, or they're rage. Yeah. So, they're not dead. I wish this franchise would be dead. So it's not the dumbest shit. So you had an interesting first half. A father's and son story. It could be like the son helps his dad and saves his dad. Like the dad keeps saving the son. Then eventually the son starts saving the dad. And the son's the reason him and the dad come back home. And it's his journey of becoming a man. Or they get separated and the kid survives on his own and the dad's kicking ass. And eventually they meet together and he realizes that while when he first saw his son, it was a boy. Now he's come back to his son, he's a man. None of that happens because that would have been a better movie. And this can't be a better movie. It's got to be dog shit. So instead, let's go with the cuckoo for Cocoa Puff's mom, who's a fucking crazy bitch. Get on the crazy train. Meet some asshole NATO guy. Then Ray Fiennes is a weird, kooky, fucking weirdo doc. The mom's gonna die anyway, so all this was for fucking nothing. It was a goddamn nothing burger. This journey was for nothing. She was gonna fucking die anyway. So it was for fucking nothing. Oh, I just the baby who's not infected, which you think they leave a lot of fucking questions that no one apparently wants to fucking ask. Except me. Why the fuck did an infected give birth to an uninfected baby? But we don't do shit about that. So he leaves the baby. He's like, fuck off, Dad. I'm gonna live here and I'm on the infected. He's a fucking idiot. And then, on top of it, the kid's by himself, ready to diddle his whatever. And a bunch of assholes in fucking track suits. I think he's trying to mock that. What was that Jimmy guy? He was like a UK radio DJ that was popular. And then after he died, people found out that he was a kid predator. It was a guy named Jimmy. So maybe they're trying to mock that with the name Jimmy. I don't give a fuck. Because this is stupid. This was goofy as fuck. Okay, if you want to be like a cult of people, have them be like, they want to do an ode to Jimmy as in how awful of a person he is. If this group was like a Clockwork Orange, where they're just crazed and they just have fun killing these fucking... It should have been the Clockwork Orange. But instead it's a fucking ode to Power Rangers. My friend Fabio would have a fucking field day with this. Well, not in a good way, he'd be pissed. It's fucking... There's no wonder there were so many goddamn Power Ranger memes. Because I was confused. What the fuck are people talking about Power Rangers with this movie? This is why. There's one dressed in fucking green, one dressed in blue. I think the main Jimmy is in black. One's in orange. I guess they figured, well, we can't do yellow. One's in red. Red, blue, green. The lead guy's in black. Orange, I guess they felt, well, he can't wear yellow. Or she can't, whoever the fuck, he, she, whatever. Might as well. And they're doing flips like Power Rangers. And each one has like their own unique weapon. Take that fucking scene and put the fucking Power Rangers theme song in it. I can't do it because it'd be copyright. But someone will do that. Take the... they probably already did it. Take the fucking scene and put the Power Rangers... They're flipping like a way a human can't flip. Or like they flip but like with... Like Power Rangers because they're superpower... Like they have superpowers. They're flipping all around. And they got their own fucking ropes and other shit. And they're killing all the fucking infected. And then the main Jimmy, he's the guy who's the kid at the beginning. He's got like a cross that's upside down. He's like, welcome to the, I don't know, welcome to the club, welcome to dairy, welcome to the gun show. I don't remember what the fuck he said. I don't care. And I'm like, these are the fucking people that's going to be in the sequel? Why the fuck would I want to watch that? A bunch of half-ass wannabe Jimmy, wannabe Power Rangers. What the fuck happened? What the fuck was this about? It was like a fucking, like, you guys you thought I was serious about making a 28 years, like, psych. It was all bullshit. What the fuck? Promising first half, shit show of a second half, with a terrible, goofy, stupid fucking ending that doesn't fit with the tone. Like 10 minutes before his fucking mom had to be euthanized, he put his fucking skull on a goddamn temple. Oh, my mom had terminal cancer. She got fucking euthanized and I put her fucking skull up. 10 minutes later, wannabe Power Rangers. That'd be like making a goddamn, I don't know, fucking... Let's do a Power Ranger movie, but then one of them gets butt-fucked and raped by some tentacle monster, put into a fucking wheelchair while the other Power Ranger that tried to hit him stop him, got brain smash, and now that Power Ranger dude is regarding Henry, trying to learn how to get back to his Power Ranger feet by looking at fucking wrist tractors. While the girl who's been fucking buff raped by tentacles is like trying to do a goddamn... tries to drown in the fucking water, and that fucking robot, so no, you can't do it, you're going to drown yourself. That'd be a weird fucking Power Ranger movie, wouldn't it? I wouldn't want to see that. Would you? I wouldn't want to see a fucking Ninja Turtle movie where Raphael gets buffed up by Beaver Rocksteady and then, fuck, you know. I'm thinking like the changing of tones. But in the same movie, I don't know, Mighty Donatello makes a fucking pizza throw on the van. I don't fuck. Fucking stupid. This movie must be called 28 Dicks Later. Because I saw about 28 dicks throughout this fucking film, and I'll see you later. So, yeah, this film, good first half. And it was like well shot, and Aaron Taylor Johnson. And then his character just literally just disappears until the very end of the film. They're like, hey, you want a strong male character? Kid becomes an idiot, dumb fuck pussy. Stupid fucking goofy ass ending, doesn't fit the rest of the film. Ray finds his character just a weirdo. The whole thing was fucking pointless. That's a shame too. Just let me repeat one last time. The first half was pretty good. When the father teaching the son how to kill, and they have to hide in the attic and then get back, and what a shit show it became. Want to burp. Anyway, I'm done. That was 28 Dicks Later. So, the only dick I want to see for tonight is my dick. So, yeah. No more dicks. No more dawns. Okay. Except mine. We'll see you guys later. Take care. And Danny Boyle, what the fuck happened, dude? What happened? Like, did someone else make the second half of this movie? And you made the first half? Or was it vice versa? And I'd like to talk to the person who made the first half, because that was the better movie. Later.